Join me as I explore the southernmost point of mainland Wales, and I never thought I'd start a video off with a view of an old power station. Well, hello, welcome from a rather overcast South Wales coast. Although travel is no longer banned within Wales, it's still strongly discouraged. And I don't want the Welsh First Minister, sexy Mark Drakeford, coming after me. So for this video, I'm staying local. Also, Wales is in a bit of a limbo at the moment. Bars and pubs are allowed to open until 6 p.m, but they're not allowed to serve any alcohol. It'll be like the old days of dry Sundays. They'll be forcing us back to chapel next. Anyway, today I'm going to walk a small section of the Wales coastal path along the Vale of Glamorgan to the southernmost point of mainland Wales. Let's get started. But nothing's ever simple. It was regarded that Breaksea Point was the southernmost point of mainland Wales, but it's now claimed that Rhoose Point is actually a metre further south, and Rhoose Point has what Breaksea Point doesn't have: a sign. But it doesn't really matter, because on this walk we go to both. And actually Breaksea Point is sort of where we're starting the walk, next to the old Aberthaw power station, just over there. So today's route, we're starting at Aberthaw power station and Limpert Bay, just over there. Actually that closed down earlier this year, decommissioned. We'll be heading east, and on the way we'll be discovering some of Wales's World War II history, as well as some of its industrial heritage. By the way, I forgot to mention the southernmost point. The actual southernmost point of Wales is Flatholm Island, just in the Bristol Channel over there, and it's regarded as part of Cardiff. Obviously we can't get there at the moment. And also Breaksea Point. The tide's in, but Breaksea Point is just over there. But before we go, let's explore a bit of Limpert Bay. So I've only walked about 200 yards from the car park by Aberthaw power station, and I've come across the first signs of Limpert Bay anti-invasion defences, these large concrete blocks. So just to give you a sense of scale of these things, I'm 6 foot. These defences date back to the early part of World War II and formed part of Western Command's sea defence system. As well as the lines of cubes, there may be some pillboxes remaining. Let's go and see if we can find those. So nearly buried in a bank of pebbles, I've come across the first pillbox. Let's go and take a closer look. Again, another row of these concrete block defences. This row is getting buried in the pebbles. And at the end of this row is another nearly buried pillbox. I read when I was researching this that some of the blocks have got the names of the people that made them. They etched it into the wet concrete. I had a look, I couldn't find any, but I'm sure there are some around. And look at the top here, you can see where they push pebbles into the wet concrete to disguise the pillboxes. Well, this block has ended up on its side, and you can see how they made it. They've used the pebbles from the beach, and there's some sort of frame inside, and the pebbles are stacked up inside, and the outer skin is a concrete layer. So I'm now going to leave the World War II defences at Limpert Bay and head east along the Wales coast path towards Rhoose Point. I'm now walking along the Wales coast path past the old Aberthaw power station, which is currently being decommissioned, and looking at it, I know what it could be used for. A classic Doctor Who series, 70s style, Tom Baker, John Pertwee. So now I'm at Breaksea Point, which was originally thought to be the southernmost point until Rhoose Point and the extra metre and pesky sign intervened. When I was researching the area, I was looking at the Historic Wales website, and they've got 39 shipwrecks listed on this exact point, as well as a number of others very close by. So it must be very hazardous, and I think the number was due to the fact Barry Docks and Cardiff Docks aren't that far away. So now I've reached Aberthaw Lime and Cement Works, which was established in 1888 by David Owen, who was the owner at the time of the Western Mail newspaper. It operated from 1888 up until 1926. Anyway, enough chatter, let's have a look inside. It looks really interesting. So I've changed to my mobile phone so I can stick it in a little hole where this is, so I can look up at the old brickwork. Let's go have a look. The lime produced in these works was useful because it's set underwater, so it was really useful in the construction of things like lighthouses and harbours. Before they built these lime works, there was a sort of cottage industry in the area, and there's quite a few smaller lime kilns dotted around the coast here, around Aberthaw. So we continue onwards along the Wales coast path to the southernmost part of Wales, Rhoose Point. Danger cliff face. Anyway, not far to go. So I've made it to the southernmost point of mainland Wales, and as I said, Rhoose Point does have a sign. There we are. Just over there, less than a mile, is Cardiff International Airport, and people of a certain generation still refer to it as Rhoose Airport. And if you're a fan of Gavin and Stacey, Dave Coaches thinks it shouldn't be called Cardiff Airport, it should be called Barry International Airport, because it's closer to Barry than it is to Cardiff. He does have a point. Well, anyway, the point isn't that inspiring, to be honest. There's an old fence behind it, so I'm gonna cut through a little gap there and walk down to the sea itself. Let's go and take a look. So that's Rhoose Point, the southernmost point in Wales from the beach side. We made it. Well, over there in the distance you can see the old Aberthaw power station where we started. This is typical. As it gets to the end of the day, the sun comes out. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the walk along a small stretch of the Wales coast path. If you didn't know, it does go around the entire coastline of Wales, 870 miles. Don't forget to check out some of our other videos. If you stayed until the end, they'll pop up there. And I'll see you in one of those. So until next time, bye for now. Bye. Look at this sun. Bye.